grow as a grower? Are you tired of being put to sleep by your educational growcasts? Are you tired of hearing about products you don't fucking want and can't afford? Hi, I'm Johnny Apple, and joining me is everyone's favorite amphibian, the Reverend Pirate Fog. Join us as we sift through the bullshit on the internet and try to get better as growers. This is your average grow. Poor guy.
Hey, dude.
Hey, man, what's up?
Hey, I got a question for you.
Please don't make me answer questions. Dude, we have all
This
these
one's
ridiculous-
easy.
All right.
Why are you inviting my bully onto our fucking podcast? I thought we were friends.
You know, that's so funny. I planned, if I was going to introduce the show, I planned on shitting on your whole fucking D&D thing. Because I'm sick of your whole fucking D&D group being on the fucking podcast, man.
So you brought in my bully to bully us nerds.
Exactly. Yes, just
No,
get rid
thank
of you.
you.
Yeah.
Hold on. I'll do this professionally so that he doesn't hit me after we finish recording this. Everybody, Johnny, Too Tall.
Yes.
I'd like to introduce Too Tall.
Hey guys, how's it going?
What's up,
Thank you
buddy?
so
Thanks for
much
joining us tonight.
us. Now, you guys have a history where you conspired to assault me for no reason. No, you guys met up on your orchard, I believe you so romantically call it, and had a great old. I'm going to call it seed exchange when in reality,
Listen,
you all
just because
robbed
we've
the poor
slept
guy
together,
twice.
just because we've slept together doesn't mean you should be jealous.
Nah.
I hardly consider forcing people who come to your house to sleeping outside and
Well,
just
yeah,
a
we did
blanket.
kind of force him to just kind of pass out over in the corner like, hey.
Okay, so before we keep on going, I want to clear my name, okay? Because happens to everybody, you know. So we're at the orchard, we're hanging out, we're, live streaming everything. I pull out my ball vape, I start hitting it, and then all of a sudden I get a Puffco handed to me. And Grateful's like, oh, hey, do you want this? And I'm sitting there in my mind, I'm like half second guessing if I should do it or not. And I'm just like, when in Rome. So then just hit it, and that Dakar haze, so terpy. That was the thing that locked me out. That was the thing that, like, I couldn't talk after that. So then I'm just, okay, watching myself slowly die on your TV on the live stream, just like had my hands.
That wasn't helpful. That
No,
you were
it was
literally
not.
on stream. Yeah, they did you no service, and I don't want to defend
Holy
my
shit, I
bully.
forgot we even fucking did
but-
that.
I want to also point out that you guys did him no services. You instead of coming here and going with that, you should have just been like, it was so goddamn boring hanging out with those people that I wished I was somewhere else, man. I just, went to my happy place.
So I can be a big clam sometimes. Like there's times where I'm super, super sociable, and then other times where I'm just like, and one of my things that you're just working on myself is trying to just get out there, put myself out there, do that sort of thing. I mean, obviously fucking reason I'm here. So, I just want to be able to experience more, because sometimes I feel like such a recluse. I'm like, hey, let's get out. Let's go have some fun. Let's meet some new people.
Don't come here and using big words like, what the fuck did you call it? Rick and Morty clues?
You meant to say
Rick-
Rick.
Yeah. Recluse.
Yeah. Recluse.
Like living like a fucking hermit.
Don't shit talk hermits, man. They're cool people. No, I'm just kidding. They are cool people.
They
I
all
don't know why I
play
said that. I'm just
D&D in
kidding.
our Discord on Sunday.
That's right. The ones that you bully just horribly. No, just to clear the air, you are going to get your ass kicked in September. It's just not going to be by me. I'm shopping anyone bigger than Too Tall to stand in my corner in my stead. Feel free. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a blast.
Yeah, no. So I know you said round 1, you wanted to try to talk me out of it.
Yes,
And
that's
I
my
can still
first plan.
stretch.
Yes, my plan is first we're going to dive deep into why you want to hurt me. Hopefully you have a breakthrough pretty quick. How long are rounds? Like 3 minutes? I'm not going to.
I mean, the rounds can be however long you want.
Oh, dude, fine.
It's your
second
funeral,
round,
so
1 second round. we'll do 101-second rounds. You can't get fucking close to me. No, I do want to talk about fighting later, specifically when it comes to cannabis, but
for sure.
we have to start back before then. And Johnny likes to put it very philosophically. I can only assume that two of you would consider it some kind of like upper New York styling. But
Well, dude, well, here's the thing: is we're what are we fucking almost approaching 3 years of fucking doing this now, and we literally, when we have guests on YAG, we ask the pretty much the same like generic flow of questions. We try to keep it like we don't try to be a fucking interview show, but I still fumble over this first fucking question every fucking time, like. I always just want to know, like, what got you started into the. I did it again. What's your relationship with the plant we've all known or grown to love?
So, kind of towards, high school, summer going into college, started, experimenting with it because, something just want to brace myself for, if I run into it. And then I kept on consuming, and then I took a break for a while because I didn't really respect the plant,
your solution to the peer pressure of smoking marijuana was to vaccinate yourself by smoking marijuana.
Hey,
I love your planning so far. There is nothing better than that. Like, hey, fuck it, I'm just gonna do it.
Yeah, because just wanted to know what it was like. And then, started going for a little bit. Then I went straight for a while. I want to say it was maybe like 10 years or so that I went straight for it. Just like no drinking, no anything. Maybe it was 10, maybe it was less. I don't know.
Like full
I always
edge.
I just went straight edge.
Triple X tattoos all over yourself.
Yeah, no, that's something that you can't wash off after a night out. So no, thank you.
It looks super cool in the ring, though.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, no, but we can get into fight tattoo talk later. That'll be for later. But yeah, then I spent some time out in Chicago for a little bit, and then I came back. And after I came back from Chicago, pretty low place in my life, and I was like, oh, let's start getting back into cannabis, and then just moderate use ever since. And that whole thing, I personally also didn't believe it when people are like, oh, it's just weed, it's not medicine, it's just weed, it's not medicine. But no, you find, the right combination of terpenes, the right THC levels, the other cannabinoids, and really helps in so many situations. And just seeing it throughout your community with all my friends, like, it's just awesome to see that it's not this like villainized thing. Now it's just like, everybody's body chemistry is a little different. Need a little bit of something extra.
Yeah, it's such a great way to put it too. Like, everybody's composition is different, and that's why, as much as everyone jokes, right? If you like the broad or the narrow leaf, it's your choice. Nobody's got to smoke it but you. But it is interesting. I guess we'll shift into it a little bit, but no, actually, we won't, because I do want to know what got you started in growing. I'll steal the question from Johnny, because we've gone over the use, but what got you that led to the ultimate disruptive path that led you to being on YAG?
It's just something that I wanted to do. Like, I moved back home to my hometown, and I don't know anybody that, I don't know anybody in those circles. So figured I'd just get a shitty, cheap grow tent and a blurple light and just fucking rock out with some fabric pots and just throw some beans in some dirt and see what happens.
Hell yeah.
How long ago?
Want to say 2017, somewhere in there. But I kind of like took a little bit of a break from the growing just because like life was getting crazy, to find the time to go to work, teach martial arts classes, fucking do some sort of woodworking, then add gardening into there. Like, just wish there were more hours in the day so we could be able to do something with it. But with just life getting in the way, took maybe like 4-year break, and then got back into it probably like 3 years ago now. So.
Oh, right up. What, so What was your grow style back then compared to when you revamped 3 years ago? Because you've been continuously growing this last 3 years, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So
So
has anything changed from then from then to now?
just
Not just growing amazing plants.
oh,
By the way, don't compliment you enough, but also
No.
your taste in genetics is amazing. You're always like one strain ahead of me, it seems, in certain pots. So I'm always just looking to your plants to see if I should grow it or not.
Oh, well, thank you. That's such kind words. But yeah, like
They're all lies. Just don't kick my ass.
yeah, don't start buttering me up now. So
Damn. No, I'm just kidding.
yeah, but as far as grow styles, like I started out in 5-gallon fabric pots, and then I was doing hand watering. I was doing organics, and when I first started growing, it was back in the time when Daz was still with Mephisto. So they sold his super soil mix on the website, and when I would grab some beans, I would pick up that and mix it up and just kind of experiment. And now I still actually use the same recipe that he used back then that was posted online. So I use that. Just now I use sips, and they're so much easier, and it's so much less frustrating than fucking hand watering all the time. And with my ADHD, I'll forget shit all the time. Like I'll look and I'll be like, oh, the humidifier is empty. Okay, let's go fill it. And hasn't been filled for like a few days. So sips are perfect for me.
Yeah, I think there's a similar trend through a lot of people in our community where they have ADHD or some other kind of acronym that they use cannabis for medicine, and they find that autopots or any of these things, sips, just help because they don't kill the plants as often. And you know what? That's just a great benefit that I think we can be real with, right? Like,
for sure.
Sometimes you just mentally aren't up to fucking doing some things too, and this allows you those days.
Yeah.
Dude, the caveat to that though is fucking like I've become so accustomed to large volumes of soil and sub-irrigated planters now that like I forget how desperate or how fragile like seedlings are. Not just cannabis seedlings, but even my garden seedlings. That's like I'm either underwatering or overwatering. Sips had made it so easy that I've forgotten how to sprout fucking seeds, for Christ's sakes. It's
For
it's
sure.
annoying.
Yeah.
A poor craftsman blames his tools, my friend.
Well, my tools aren't much to work with. That's what she said. Anyways,
I disagree. I asked her last night. She said they were suitable.
Thanks, Megan.
Damn you! I can't believe Tutel agreed to be on this, man. What a saint of a human being. But now we've touched on your growing, and I've complimented you, but I want to touch a little bit on the medical reasons that you use cannabis and some of the like benefits that you found with it, what you do for fun and fighting and all of that, beating shit people up for fun, or when they owe Yag money. Most people don't know if you owe Yag's lawyers money, they just send Tutal around. So watch out.
Okay. $20 is $20, right?
Fuck, dude, we owe Yag money. What are you talking about? We're gonna get our. No wonder the fuck he's gonna beat your ass in September. We owe us money.
Well, see, here's the thing. I can be more vocal and insult him because I'm on the other side of the country. You share a state with him, homeboy. You're his first target. It's like the smallest dog barks the loudest.
And then they pull the fence back, and they're both just like standing at it, staring at each other because there's no bars in front of them anymore.
Yeah, see, that's
he
round
walked
two.
up into the barn
Lawyers.
too. He's like, just so you know, my Dodge has everyone fucking blocked in. I was like, fuck, dude, he is gonna fucking kill us all.
We're all gonna die. At least I'm dying in my own house.
It's awesome. Yeah,
but seriously, yeah, like some of the benefits that you found mentally and or physically, since we're talking about medical.
Yeah, no, physical definitely. Like I will never be a hand model. My hands are all fucked up from grabbing ghee material for the last 15, 16 years now, just having them twisted and, getting caught in the edge of the mat or something. So cannabis definitely helps with that inflammation release, just like relaxing sore muscles. One
Do
of
you find edibles more than vapor or burning helps better with the one or the other?
they're different, like with the edibles, it's of course it's more prolonged and then you just feel it kind of like more in your body, where I feel like if I'm, vaping on some flower or like taking a dab or something, I feel like it's kind of more like upper halfy. I know that's kind of hard to.
So for inflammation, you would suggest edible more then?
I mean, I mostly do flower, like, and dabs. Sometimes I'll do some edibles.
So you recognize it. You recognize the inflammation with flower then too.
Yeah, for sure. Like just
Okay, all right.
overall, just cannabis use. The inflammation reduction is wild, and especially coming back from the gym, and like I'll get out at 8, dick around with the guys and bullshit with people, and then just kind of go home, and then it's like 9 o'clock, after 9 o'clock, and I'm like, oh, I gotta wake up and go to work tomorrow. So definitely helps me with like that initial getting to sleep. And even with like the ADHD, my brain is like on all the time. Like the way that
you wake up.
Yeah, like the way that I describe it to people that don't like get it or don't understand is there's like 5 YouTube videos all playing at the same time. One of them is a debate, one of them is a cartoon show, one of them is a stand-up comedian, another one is music video, and then another one is another like music video, like an international variety. It's
And
just
they're
fucking
all going at the same time.
all at the same time, just like constantly racing thoughts and trying to like actually sit and focus on something when you have all that noise, and then like you're looking around, and because you're so overstimulated, you're noticing this out of the environment, you're noticing that out of the environment. And I find that cannabis just like quiets that part of my brain, like because I started on my ADHD medication back like end of September, early October. And that was the one thing, like night and day, like just how I was feeling, everything night and day. But then
That's not the same shit that fucking Flam gave me that made me puke all over the fucking place,
no,
was it?
no,
Oh, Jesus.
no, like the
No,
stuff
you
that
were
I get,
you were doing fat, bro.
got that Ohio front. Yeah, no, but like then when the medication wears off towards the end of the day, like I would try to sleep and just like wake up in the middle of the night at odd hours, and then just like my mind wouldn't stop going, or wouldn't stop. So I would
Did we talk about this before? Do you have an inner voice? Do you like actually hear a voice in your head? Is
Yeah.
it your own voice?
The majority of the time it is.
No shit. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. It's wild because
If-
I'll be walking around.
Johnny, do you? Sorry.
Yeah. Oh yeah, 1,000,000%.
It is your own voice?
Yep. Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm picturing your voice being some just fucking British lady and being hilarious.
It's my voice from like my perspective, I think. But
Of
when
course,
I hear
yeah.
when I hear me on the, it doesn't sound like, it's like that's not what I sound like, and I know what I sound
No.
like because I hear me in my but yeah.
There's something with the
Yeah.
sinuses and like the way that your voice resonates
It's
inside
distorted,
of your
yeah.
brain versus like how it actually is projected out.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, it's like just that's another one of those fucking things of just like going down rabbit holes and looking at
I was
stuff.
gonna
and-
say that's something you learned at 2:30 at night when you should have been sleeping.
Yeah,
Yeah.
go to bed, dude.
yeah, no, just okay, what's interesting? What thought now? But yeah, no, but getting back to, topic at hand, cannabis just like shuts that part of my brain off. And,
Wait,
like
that was so smooth. Do you see how he avoided saying circling back?
I mean, I could if you want me
That's
to.
No.
I think
No,
that's
no,
the
no.
wrong show. So.
I was gonna say this was perfect
I
and I
know.
enjoyed it. I was gonna give him props. No, I agree. I think particularly with just being able to shut down your brain occasionally, and a lot of people I don't think understand like shutting down your brain by hyper focusing on kind of what you want to focus on. It's not
Mhm.
just vegging out. It's
Yeah.
I want to do this because this is what I find interesting, but I only want to focus on this right now.
But like I'll do the laundry I'll do my dishes. Like I'll find something that I
You'll
should
be
have
productive.
put away instead of put down. And I'm like, okay, yeah, no, this is great. I can actually look around and think instead of being bombarded with stimulation all the time.
I have happily done more chores on cannabis than I ever did when I was a drunk. Like I just like not even comparatively. Like happily will do dishes compared to like letting shit stack up.
Yeah.
Same amount of time in a day, man. Just absolute, different chemicals.
100% for sure.
But yeah, I think in general I think I can also talk on the after working out. Like I always work out high, and the recovery is always so much better because you can actually, in my case, you can recover because usually I'm like, oh man, I'm gonna need another day off, but it just helps so much. So that's like we're encouraging it. Go to the gym high.
Hey, it's a lot of fun. I feel like you get in that flow state too. Like you can get there easier.
Terp therapist gets down on it too, man. He's another that's advocates for working out high.
If I'm doing like a lot of heavy cardio, yes, 100%. I will medicate and I will enjoy that run 100,000 times more than if I just, okay, let me put in the headphones. Okay, let me just sit here and fucking hate myself.
Getting started is the word.
Yeah. Instead of like, oh, hey, hi. Okay, let's go. Let's do this. Yeah.
Wow, it's pretty outside.
Oh, what kind of bird is that? I should look that up later.
Yeah, I had one of those moments the other day where I was like, I'm taking a picture of a bird in a tree. Man, that's great. But maybe the dog walk went on too long.
It happens.
Fucking birds and trees for me these days are chickens running around the whole fucking everywhere, dude. I literally had to say to Jess today, I was like, dude, the chickens are in the neighbor's yard constantly, right? We have 10 of them over there at any given fucking time. Any one of the neighbors, we've got 10 chickens running around their place. I said, we're literally about to introduce 10 more to this flock and then another fucking 8 more that we may keep separate. We may introduce and like have running around, but like, we're going to have 30 fucking birds or so running around. I said, babe, the neighbors might get sort of pissed. She's like, it's not going to be any more. I was like, all right. And well, thank God we live in an agriculturally zoned fucking, you know what I mean? Like, here goes nothing. I don't even give a shit at like, and by the way, the ducks too. So I don't know. I don't know.
You're gonna have to constantly be building deeper and deeper ponds. It's crazy.
Oh, so yeah, I'm debating on what to do with the water. Shit, I'm going to grab my buddy's fucking tractor with the backhoe because my hydrant, I have a water hydrant out in the middle of the yard. I don't know why or who put it there. I think for a pool, maybe at some point. Anyways, there's a hydrant out there, but the threads on it are so fucking rusted, I can't get a garden hose on it. So I'm going to dig this fucking thing down and replace the hydrant and put a new fucking connection on it so that I could potentially put a garden hose on it and at least have that because, dude, ducks need a lot of water, I'm finding out.
Oh, I'm sure they're, feed and
waterfowl
hang out on water. Yeah, I was going to say, like,
no, so
I think water.
No, they need water specifically, like, to like clean their snout out or something. Like they cycle water through their beak and shit to like clear their food and like their nasals and all this shit. So you have to have like constant water and clean water for them. I was like, yeah, I guess whatever. They're half fucking fish. But no, that's so awesome. Too tall. You mentioned fucking going from 5 gallons to sips. What kind of sips do you use? Are you like a earth box? Are you homemade? Are you fucking auto pots? Are you like no, I guess the fucking blue mats aren't really sub irrigated.
Yeah, I don't think they are, but I use the grow buckets. So it's a base. It's called like grow bucket, like GRO bucket or something. It's an insert that you put in the bottom of a 5 gallon bucket that you would get at like Home Depot or Lowe's or any sort of hardware store. and then you drill a hole in the side of it a certain amount up, and then that's where the extra water, if you water too much, it'll just dump out of the reservoir.
Run out. Yeah.
Yeah, and then you just have to pack the soil around the base. Like the insert probably takes up maybe a gallon's worth of space, so it's like technically like 4 gallons out of a 5-gallon container. And then you just have the you have the pipe that you put in for the float valve, and where you pour the water down, and they work very well. I enjoy them.
You've had great results.
Yeah, no, I like them.
How long have you been using? Yeah.
Want to say maybe 2.5 years now, like consistently.
That's fucking outstanding.
Yeah, just wash out the buckets after you're done. Just let the soil dry out, and then I dump it in my old soil tote to get ready to re-amend, and Bob's your uncle.
Is that tube long enough where you could do like a 6.5, almost like a 7-gallon bucket, like a taller bucket?
If you would have to probably go the DIY route with that.
Like, like super glue the tube or something.
Yeah, or like just if you find probably a tube with the same OD on it, you could probably cut your own. But then the only thing is the float valve. So like the float valve, not the float valve per se,
but the water level indicator.
Yeah. So that sits inside and then will kind of bob up the top of the tube. So that's the only thing you'd either have to extend that or figure out your own leveling observations.
Yeah, then I wonder like if they're gonna end up like the XL auto pots where they're almost too tall. You almost still have to hand water. Yeah,
probably.
They don't. The pressure isn't enough to bring it all the way to the top.
So is it like water straight down the tube in those things then?
Yeah.
Okay, Same thing. So at what point do you start adding water then? Because that's when I'm struggling. Like I seemingly keep just a little bit of water in the bottom, enough that there's an air gap, but enough that like the soil should be kind of moistening or wicking this up to the point where the plant, I struggle with it. What's your recommendation?
You don't do a dry back at all?
I do like when they're big enough, but when they're young, when I first put them in the earth boxes, they're young. So like with this fresh batch of soil that I just did the first time or even a dry earth box that's been sitting there for too fucking long. Like, I don't know. It's like, at what point do you find the plant big enough to fucking like full on water down the tube fucking?
So usually like if I'm doing an autoflower, I'll wait maybe like probably 20 days or so. I'll just see like how big the plant is, like how much growth has happened, and then I'll kind of start doing the butt chugging from there. But like especially like the cool thing about the grow buckets is the height that they have you put the drainage hole in leaves an air gap.
No, so no matter what, you're gonna have an air gap at that. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so it once you get the good wicking, like once you get that good saturation after a certain amount of time, like the plant, of course, has to be big enough so that it's not going to just like wash away and just go everywhere. But could probably wait longer than that if you wanted to continue to top water. But I just look and I'm like, okay, drink up, buddy.
Yeah. Good luck.
Yeah.
I always wait for the sorry, Captain's over here whining at me.
The poor boy. This is what this show is about, is the love for fucking dogs.
Yeah, for sure.
He's staring at me, whining at me like, oh, this is so boring.
Really? Again, Dad?
Anywho, this show sucks. My own dog is booing us. No, I always, when it comes to water down the tube, I always try to picture the roots, right? As above, as below. And
Yeah.
I'm like, I try and make sure that the roots kind of could get to the area that I'm going to be filling with water. And recently I was talking with Grateful when he was out here, and he said that when he puts water down the first time, he does like a half gallon or a gallon at a time just to check. And I hadn't been doing that. I had been going straight to 2 gallon right out of the bat on like day 20-ish, you know, like you can't put an exact day. And so I started doing a gallon instead. And it's been, I think the plants like a lot more.
So yeah, what I usually do, and I think they even have this in the instructions that come along with the grow bucket, is like when you are going to initiate that bottom watering, you have to like saturate the soil so that you get the wick, because you have to pack the soil down around the part of the base,
saturate,
and then it comes up. So what I'll do is I'll put some water down the tube, like I'll get the float valve to maybe come up to like 2 or 3 leaves, and then I'll do my top water. And then once I start getting the runoff and the water coming out of the drainage hole, then I'm just like, okay, we're good.
When I first fucking start, so like this time what I did, because this was a fresh setup. I've set up a lot of, like last year I got I can't remember the names. I just ordered another one, but I couldn't fucking find the name. What's the square ones? The sub-irrigated planters,
like
not
the
earth boxes.
City Picker?
City Pickers, exactly. I got another one for Lowe's. Dad wants to run the fucking Alice Stream tomatoes on his porch this year, so I got him a new one of those, and he got a fresh bag of fucking build a soil. But it's like when I first set in one of those up, it's the same thing. You pack the fucking corners with that, and then you saturate them, and then you put it down in. What I found is I like to add, even when I do a fresh pot of anything, I love to give it some sort of butt chugging, and that's my best way to water. And like let it kind of figure out, like if it's sitting in that water too long, I'll immediately, like, you see everything get soaking wet. With an earth box, I can't. Like that's like fucked. You know what I mean? You can't dump out. But when you have like solo cups in a tray, you could fucking be like, all right, everything's saturated. You see it come all the way up to the top of the cup. Everything looks nice and wet. You can pull them, dump the excess, and you're fucking golden from that point.
Yeah. It's hard to dump the excess out of a big bed like that.
It is. Like with an earth box, it's like fucking tough, but it's, I don't know. I still like to give it a little bit just to kind of sit there and like let the soil moisten itself up. Let the roots figure out that's where the water is.
Yeah.
But
it makes sense.
Dude, I feel like they take a long time to acclimate to that. It's like, like they stunt for a couple weeks. It seems like when I fucking do that.
Yeah. That's why I wait a little bit for them to have some sort of like actual, like established system before you
want them to get to a pretty decent size so that any shock won't be like, oh shit, this is life ruining. So you just gotta wait.
So I throw it all at them at once like a fucking jackass. Like, here, take this brand new soil, this brand new fucking life, this brand new fucking, and have a shit ton of water. Drink it or fucking die. I get it. It's listen, I love all plants. I really do. I just don't know how to treat them. Just like most men with women, and most men with men, and most women with women, and most women with... We need to, as an earth, get better at treating things better. Padre, you want to take over? Phil looked at that. Well, I just jumped into his sermon, for shit Christ's sakes.
My apologies. Megan just got home, so Captain's finally stopped whining.
Oh, good boy. He's a good boy. You don't have to apologize.
Oh, I was just saying it. I don't actually mean it.
I assumed as much. But so I have the faintest idea what the fuck I was just about to say. How ironic.
You might be the only one. Tuta, I did want to ask about some of your favorite autos that you have grown. Recently, you spoke up very highly about Sour Delica.
Yes.
And I kind of wanted you to repeat what you said to us, because I thought it was an excellent write-up, but it was something that I think a lot of people might be interested in. You don't have to remember it off the top of your head exactly, but how you liked it a lot. Describe it a little.
Yeah, no.
What is Sour Delica?
Sourdelica is
One of Daz's joints, dude.
it's one of Daz's. He took a sour diesel cut that he had. I forgot where he sourced it from, but he has sour diesel cut and then crossed it to Zamdelica.
Oh shit.
So
Nice.
yeah, it's of course having those two together is like super thin. You know,
Yeah.
like just the effects are so cerebral, and that's the one thing that my body needs. Like I'll enjoy a hybrid, I'll enjoy something that's a little bit fatter, but like that hits you right behind the eyes, just like it allows me to focus. I remember the first time that it happened, I was taking a dab, and it was this strain that was very, very thin leaf, and I dabbed it, and then I'm sitting there and I'm like, it's quiet. And I'm like, this is awesome.
You experienced mental clarity for the
Yeah.
first time.
Yeah. I mean, just
That's
for
wild, but true.
not having it for so long, and then all of a sudden finding something and being like, oh, thin leaf it is. But yeah, it gets in your head, you start building up, and then I even forgot what the fuck I said.
No, it's wonderful.
I had a little bit before the show, so it's funny that kind of going down that path.
Yeah, it was a great enough review that I asked, because I asked Daz, I was like, hey, which one should I grow? Sour, or fuck, why not sour? Sourdelica or Strawberry Safari V2, or like which in what order or whatever. But yeah, it's a great choice to have. But what other favorites do you have? I mean, we don't need to talk about just one, dudes.
I don't really have a lot of favorites. I know that's kind of odd. I mean, with the ADHD, like I'll enjoy things, and a lot of times like I'm very much in the middle. I'm not like high highs or low lows. So like I just like the variety and exploring and seeing what else, like what each profile for each cultivar has. But like I've enjoyed the Sourdelica, the Cherry Bangarang was really nice. Trying to think of some other ones that I grew that were
Small PP Gang.
Yeah, Small PP Gang. What else did I grow that was really, really nice? I don't know, Mango Myrrh was nice.
Right on. Variety is the spice of life, man. I dig it. It's especially a good argument for pro auto if you want to go through a bunch very quickly.
Yeah. And you get that choice paralysis, and then you're just like, I don't know which one to go next. So
yeah, deciding. It is always funny when like sometimes Howling will mention that kind of choice paralysis, but it'll be with, I don't know what to smoke. And I honestly think we should kick his ass next time he says it, because it's like, you have that many options, dickhead. We don't all live in our own dispensaries with that kind of vast quantities, years of backlog.
I mean, I'm kind of that way too, though, just because
bully him. I'm just trying to shift attention from me to him.
Oh, no, don't worry. Everyone will get a piece. There's plenty to go around.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm kind of like that too, because I vape. I just dry herb vape. I don't really combust too much. So dry herb vape like uses very, very little, like a fraction of what anyone else would use. And if you were actually combusting, and I don't know, it's great. Very nice on my body.
That does bring up.
You're telling me I can save a lot of fucking weed by vaping it? Because I have not found that to be the case. I have found it to be fucking annoying to sit there and load fucking balloons constantly.
Let me finish what I was going to say, and you will understand. I was going to say, people who've listened.
Wait, you were about to.
No. I wasn't going to say shit. Hold on, Captain. What's that, buddy? I'll be right there. No, I was going to mention, people will know that if anytime I talk about vapes, I was lucky enough to be given Tutal's ball vape, and it is like end game vape, Johnny. Like you need that experience that you have where the other one is good, and I still have my Ariza, and I will definitely it's great for parties, But like you said, when you're by yourself and just filling balloon after balloon, it kind of gets sad when you're just like, all right, man, this is, yeah, exactly. It's a fucking, trying to go to bed, you're going to crash your bag. Yeah. But ball vape, dude. Seriously, cannot recommend it enough. Too tall. I can't thank you enough again. Changed my whole vaping experience.
You're
it's
welcome.
Sitting next to me with a beautiful handle that you made.
Yeah.
Now, this isn't a circle back. This is just great fucking question. You also do fucking woodworking,
Yeah.
How are you finding that as you're diving back into it?
It's kind of always something that's been in my life. Like my dad would putter around in the shop and he always had tools and everything. And just, I'm very mechanically inclined. Like just, that's how my brain works. So like I'll take shit apart, I'll put shit back together. Sometimes I'll have a couple extra screws left over that I shouldn't have, but it still works. So I've just always something that's been around in my life, and I just do it. I see something, I try to follow plans, try to come up with my own thing, get frustrated, throw things around the shop, and then just figure it out and make it work.
What's weird about wood versus metal is like with metal, you can potentially add more metal to it and have not noticed you even added more metal. With wood, it is so fucking hard to add more wood to it.
Yes.
Like you can't remelt the piece of wood and fucking have it look exactly like it did beforehand.
In theory, yes, you could take a piece, melt it down, and re-pour it into a bar and return it. But you're not. If you fuck up a piece on a lathe, you're not doing that. You're grabbing another raw piece
on a lathe. Yes,
if
you fuck
on
up
a mill too. If I fuck up something on any part, I don't have a foundry in my backyard.
You could weld more fucking. You could weld more metal to that metal and put it right back on the lathe, and you can make it very hard to tell you even did that.
Just throw on your safety squints.
Come on. That's like if you could also put inserts and dowels into a handle to hide holes and shit like that. I mean, welding is very obvious in the cut, especially in the mold cavity or something like that.
Yeah,
I get what you're saying.
Not all metal.
What I would say though is wood pieces have much more soul, and like any mistake made to it often destroys the entire piece more than if you fuck up with a metal. You can usually go, okay, we might be able to cut away from
find
that,
an exact piece to fucking replace it with.
Yeah. It is there's much more artistic skill in turning on a lathe than anything done in my experience on a lathe. I'm not an artistic metal lathe guy, right? There's some guys out there that do some real cool shit, that do like amazing thin metal spinning on some manual engine lathes. Hell yeah, more power to them. Yeah. I'm more of a mill guy anyway, so it's all out of my domain. My manual lathe skills are turning things down to slightly smaller smaller size, to make them fit and shit. That's about it. But yeah, I think some of the handles you've done, Too Tall, are wonderful, and the one I have is great. But I do like seeing you start cleaning your shop and posting updates and getting more involved. It's really cool. I look forward to the moment that you regret telling people about it. You're so slammed. You're just like, I don't have a lathe. What are you talking about?
Hey, I mean, in this economy, anything. So
yeah, really, Jesus. Yeah. Any port in a storm.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. But I mean, there's also just like, because before a few months ago, I never touched a lathe. Like I've always seen them. I've always seen people do things on them. And I'm like, why not? So got a lathe, got some carbide tools, and just started going to town. And there's just something, just the ritual and the catharsis of going back and forth on the tool and riding that tool rest and figuring out what profile you want to cut into it, and thinking about, okay, do I want to make this look like a chess piece? Do I want to make it look like a dick? Do I want to make it look like a bat? Like, what do I want to make it look like?
After the 70th bat, you're like, all right, these got to stop looking like dicks.
like that one when I was first starting out, and I posted, I'm like, I swear I'm not just in my shop turning dicks, guys. And everyone's looking at me, and Judas is like, no, you ruined it. I'm like, don't worry, I'll make you a dick dab tool. It's fine.
Mm-hmm. What's worse though was before you said,
what do you mean what's worse than
shop,
Judas craving dicks? There's not much worse than Judas craving dick, dude.
That's just Tuesday.
Man, I just want to say we don't judge. Judas lives the life that Judas wants to live, right?
Fair
It's
enough.
We're down with
2025.
everything.
Do your
Yag
thing,
is
Judy.
inclusive as shit. We like all kinds of furry weirdos. Hell, one of them has a guest or is a fucking host on our podcast, dude. He goes to furry conventions like every month. Oh, wait, that was supposed to be private. We'll
That
edit this
flea
out.
ridden mutt.
Oh, just kidding, Howling. We love you. That's like we got to start picking on Stoney now, but we know he doesn't listen to these, so it doesn't
We
matter.
always pick on Stony, dude. We're constantly worried about our cholesterol in this fucking show. We're constantly
true.
picking on Stony.
What's super funny is someone who's met him, and he's an in shape dude, so he's obviously not practicing what he preaches. So he must work for Big Butter, and Yag ain't getting a cut. That's all I'm saying. Too tall. Next time you're running errands for Yag, remember.
I got
No,
you.
but seriously, let's talk a little bit about fighting outside of
Mhm.
just. I did want to ask before a fight, you're not getting super baked, right? Like
No.
if you, I was gonna say that your timing might be slightly slow against someone who's not.
No, it's funny. Like when I was doing MMA, yeah, for sure. Like my consumption would definitely trend down because you got to make weight, you got to do a whole bunch of different other things just to make sure that you're prepared. For jiu-jitsu, it still counts. It still counts for something, but I find that if I'm not getting punched in the face, and I can be more creative with how I fight and how I grapple, not that, there's no artistic expression in punching somebody in the face, but jiu-jitsu
Slightly
is
less, I would imagine.
Yeah,
than,
for sure.
Than rolling around with someone. I have heard from multiple people that smoke before they roll around with other dudes. That's not as homoerotic as I wanted to make it sound. I just could not, for the life of me, remember the word spar at the moment.
Nah,
But
it is what it is.
They say that they'll smoke before, and they'll usually have some of the best sparring because of the creativity that they get, and they're kind of more
Yes.
tolerant of pushing their limits, and
Mhm.
it's very interesting because you don't generally see that in other combat sports. I can imagine,
Yeah.
getting really baked and then going against a boxer. To me, sounds like a bad idea. But
No,
what do
horrible
I
day.
know?
Yeah. But there is there's that razor's edge that you have to ride though, because
Of course.
there's times where I've, taken one rip at my pen and I'm like, okay, take another. I'm like, okay, I'm in a good spot. And then I'm just like, that voice in the back of my head is like,
4 or 5 more is fine.
you can. And then you get to that point where you're like, ooh, okay, today's going to be a work on my defense day. I'm not going to be doing a lot of attacking. And I'm just like, okay.
Yeah, it's you might have not eaten as much as you thought you did, and all of a sudden you're just like, oh shit, I'm a little more, I'm paying attention to that clock over there. I should be paying attention to this dude.
Just like trying to grab onto the mat to not fly away and just be like, no, why'd you let go?
The only time you tap before it starts. No, man. Guy looked at me mean. But it is interesting, your journey with fighting. So you did fight, have your fun, and now you've kind of more moved into the not get punched side of things. How have you found that adjusting?
It was an adjustment for sure, because I was going to have my last couple of fights right as the pandemic happened. I was literally cutting weight in training camp, getting ready for a fight, and then the weekend that everything shut down, they were like, okay, that's it. And then I was going to have another fight in Pennsylvania a couple of weeks after, and then everything shut down there. So that was going to be my swan song, because, I'm staring 40 in the face at the end of the year, and everyone's just too young and too fucking strong. I'm finding that I'm getting old man strength now, which is awesome, because now I understand it. When I felt it before, I'm like, this isn't a thing.
This doesn't make sense. Yeah, no.
But now that I'm able to do it, I'm like, ugh, old man strength. Yes.
It is that old adage, father time is undefeated. You find it just doesn't make sense. It's people, they always seem like they're getting taller, faster, quicker, better. It's
For
just
sure.
the way it is.
but yeah, that transition to doing more so coaching, like I'll still do jujitsu competitions when my body isn't, broken. But
Which
the
is less
coach,
often, but
yes, definitely more broken than not broken. But
Mhm.
but being able to coach and just pass on what I know and my knowledge and being able to build these relationships with people that, I would never have ever come across paths with in my entire life. Like it's just you get so much perspective on life, even just when you're beating the shit out of somebody, and then you can have a conversation about, anything afterwards. And that being able to, you know, foster all those
Compartmentalize.
relationships. Yeah. It's just like it's great. And then you see people do things that you taught them, or I'll have people like that train with me and move away, and they'll be like, "Oh, hey, I did that thing that you taught me," and it just
so much
like
pride.
warms my
Yeah.
heart for sure. Yeah.
It is really cool. I think I don't know how late geez, man, stutter over my own damn words. I don't know how long ago it was, but you had quite
Whose
a
words
few.
would you stutter over?
Don't call logic into a conversation on YAG. If we start questioning things we say, we will end nowhere. It'll just be nonsense. But you were recently, I think you had 3 fighters that you were in the corner for in one
Yeah, a
night.
couple of weekends ago. Yeah.
What entails being the corner man? I think I often see it. In my opinion, it's the guy that yells,
Mhm.
fight, fight, fight.
Yeah.
But obviously that's misunderstood.
Yeah, for sure. No, being in somebody's corner, there's a whole bunch of different things that go into it. There's like working on game plans, there's watching footage of opponents and finding the holes in their game that you can exploit. There's being a fucking therapist to these people sometimes if they're, shitting a brick because they have to go out there and fight, and trying to talk them down and be like, no, you did
You
the work.
realize he's just studying your game right now, right?
Mhm, for sure.
Okay, all right.
I mean, I will give him the entire blueprint of everything that I do.
Well,
And
no. I'm gonna need
good fucking
it.
luck.
I'm gonna need it
He
printed
called you a
out.
bitch.
I'm gonna need it printed out so I can email it to whoever will be in my steed. I did say I was pulling Howling Tech. I'm going to find someone else who maybe looks like me. There's a lot of gingers out there. You can't tell us apart. It'll be Flam just standing there.
You took the words out of my mouth.
Oh, it's
He's been
fucking
doing a lot of
funny.
push-ups. We'll put that shit to the
No.
test. We come from similar islands, right?
Yes, very similar.
But
Yeah. I mean,
no,
it's funny, even like going back to that, like I would be doing a jujitsu tournament somewhere and like within the surrounding states, and I would have people come up to me like that would be watching my matches, and they're like, "Oh, I was watching your matches. I was studying you because you're in my bracket." And I would just look at him and be like, "Okay, well, thank you." But in my mind, I'm like, I ain't shit. Like I mean, I'll do predictable things, but I do a lot of things that are very counterintuitive to what you should be doing when you're grappling. So people always find it hard to like watch what I'm doing and try to think about like, what are you thinking about when you're trying to do this? And I'm just like, I don't know.
dinner last night.
I just do jujitsu.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like it's just,
There was a squirrel over there. I was fucking.
I watched
just
the
picture
spider.
I just picture some like
Yeah.
dude writing down in a notebook, like analyzing Too Tall. And at the end, he's just like, this motherfucker's psychotic. I have no idea what to do.
And like the look on my face when I'm training, like I look like I could not be any interested in anything that I'm doing. Like I look like I'm just disassociating, and I look like I'm just like, and people are just like, how do you look like that? I'm like, I don't know. It's just a muscle. I remember I would get super nervous for competitions, and I would just be like shitting bricks and shaking and just like being all nervous. But I remember like after forcing myself to do like 3 tournaments in 6 weeks or something like that, just like doing that for a few months and being like, oh, I'm not nervous. I'm just going out there and doing my thing.
Yeah, just doing what I've been fucking practicing forever.
Yeah,
Who cares who's looking?
for sure.
All right.
And it's
And
like,
you can
what's
always
these-
just kick the shit out of him anyway, right?
But like the thing is, especially with jujitsu, like he's not going to punch me in the face,
Yeah,
so I'm
that's
good.
true.
Like I've been hit in the head a few times, and like I've come real close to getting knocked out. Haven't actually gotten knocked out ever,
You wait till
but-
September, you son of a bitch.
but like even that, like I can't remember people's names sometimes, but you know. think
I
that
do. I think
medicine
you have a
probably doesn't
cool
help that
story.
either.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I think you have two good excuses. One, side effect of the medication. Two, I got hit in the head a lot. I
That's-
used to fight for fun.
When people introduce themselves to me, they're like, "Oh, hey, I'm so and so," and I go, "Hey, I'm Joe. I'm not going to remember that. I've been hit in the head a bunch." And they laugh, and then I'm like, "Yeah, we'll
It's
just let that
true.
one simmer. We'll play that off as a joke."
Before I got hit in the head a lot and before I consumed a lot, I was not gonna remember fucking names, dude. I am the worst.
sure.
Like
Yeah.
faces I can
Mhm.
like, but then I always feel guilty. It's like I had the other night eating fucking dinner. I had somebody come up, scared the shit out of me. Is like sitting right next to me, and like I knew kind of like almost like when you recognize somebody, kind of like, oh, I wonder where I've seen this person before. Like, has he checked me out at the fucking grocery store? Like you just kind of, and then he was like. Came up, scared the shit out of me. He's like, "Hey, I didn't want to interrupt you during the dinner." And then when I like actually focused, I was like, "I used to work with this fucking dude. Holy shit!" And then it was like, it took fucking 10, 15 minutes of me actively sitting there going, "What the fuck was this dude's fucking name?" for me to actually remember. It's like, fuck, man, that just names are another
As-
fucking notebook burden.
Yeah.
As an outsider, I can only say this speaks highly of upstate New York's education system.
Yes, New York and California have the greatest
Bastions of higher education.
Jesus
Well,
Christ.
From
Some
coast to coast,
universities,
doing the
but
most.
you know
Yeah.
it. That's right.
it's
Another
sad.
elitist episode, as they say, right?
Uh,
Coastal elites. But
Coastal elites.
before we get out of here, my dear friend, in an attempt to get you to spare Johnny's life, that shifting's not going to work, but it was worth a shot. We have some questions, some very important questions, to kind of psychologically get to know you.
Mhm.
When you go to bed at night, do you have a nightlight on?
No.
All right, that was a new
Oh,
one.
we're screwed.
Well, he threw he threw me for a loop with the psychological get to know you better. I feel like the nightlight question needs to get added.
Oh, I've got a couple questions.
No, you're not. Listen, this is my.
That's not how
fucking
this works.
segment. Yeah, it's shh.
You can
You'll have your moment.
Okay.
we allot a little time to the guest. Okay, you're a guest on our podcast. You don't get to tell us what. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, we'll see in September.
No,
Oh,
God damn it,
shit.
Johnny.
No, listen. Ask your question. Shit, don't beat my friend up.
No, you guys are good. Let's do it.
What are we doing? No, the questions. What's the first seed you ever planted, and why was it an apple seed?
I don't think it was an apple seed. There's a chance that it probably was, but I'm sure it was some sort of flower seed in probably elementary school or kindergarten or something like that. Probably like a marigold or something. But it very well could have been an apple. I don't know. I don't remember.
Do you have an outdoor garden and shit? Are you getting ready to do more seeds and stuff other than cannabis now?
Yeah, I'm gonna do an outdoor garden this year. I've got some cedar that I got to mill down and put together into some boxes. I had to restart some of my seedlings because I wasn't getting sprouts on things like my tomatoes and a pepper. Yeah, but like my pineapple ground cherries, St. John's wort, my sunflowers, like none of that ended up coming up. So I just had to rerun it.
Fuck, man. Good luck.
It
I think I
happens.
might. I think I flooded my basil out, so I'm gonna have to fucking
Mm.
redo that shit. Yeah, that sucks. But
I had squirrels take everything from me.
oh fuck, dude! I was hoping not to have to fucking
We don't have to go into it. I just
make
wanted to
you
feel like we were
remind.
part of the
Yeah,
team. I wanted
feel
to
so bad.
relate to Tutal, be more relatable to him. I also
Yeah.
suffered a personal tragedy with my seedlings, Tutal.
Yours is always
Yeah.
creatures, though. It's always
Mine,
fucking
yeah, it's always
the rare,
fucking
like the
creatures.
rarest. Like, who's literally gonna have their garden come get taken out by a fucking squirrel or
single
Brazilian fucking
Argentine,
G-strings?
Assassin ants.
Argentine ants, yeah, an invasive species that literally I didn't know it existed beforehand. I knew about squirrels, of course. I just didn't know that they would just keep attacking, like it's just coming and destroying everything. I've tried different things. We'll keep trying. This is not the poor Rev episode. Although, come to think about it, if we made this like super sad, then Tutal would be bullying me even more. People would start taking my side, maybe. Just
Dude,
kidding.
I feel like this show is based on poor Johnny and poor Rev. Like, what are you talking about?
That's true. Can't break that stereotype now. No,
Shit. What is your favorite pie and why is it apple pie?
Apple pie is good, but not a
I
favorite.
hate when everybody starts it.
I
like
know,
that.
but it's like,
disappointing.
I mean,
you've gotten more people to agree with you than we thought you would.
But
I
with a
will
name
say
like Johnny Apple, you don't want to fucking tell the guy like apple pies are bullshit. This isn't.
See,
thing.
this is another good because
Don't
I would
just do
love
what
if
you
I got
want.
asked that question as a guest and right, like not as his friend. I would be like, "Oh fuck no, I hate apples. Fuck apples." But
yes.
that's a difference in personality.
Who
I
the
suppose.
fuck is that guy?
Yeah, but I like a good pumpkin pie, like a nice homemade pumpkin pie with whipped cream from stem to sternum. Just
Hell yeah, like an actual pumpkin too. Like you would say a pumpkin pie made with pumpkin.
yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
not like the bullshit our sponsor talks about.
I mean,
not
there
right.
is something nostalgic about that, but like a nice, decent pumpkin pie.
There's something nostalgic about butternut squash and a fucking pumpkin pie. No, there's not. Who fucking thinks back and goes, you know what's really good about my fucking past is when I put butternuts in my fucking pumpkin pie.
Johnny, I remember sitting by the fire when my great grandmother told me stories of butternut squash. So don't shit on that person.
Elabrie Genetics.
No, but I get that. Pumpkin pie is a great answer. I think it's probably the only pie I've eaten in the last couple years.
Do you want these? Do you want some fucking 152 and fucking trash pumpkins?
Dude, I would love them, but I can't grow them. I know you're not
Not
talking
you,
to me,
too
by
tall.
the way. I know.
Yes.
That's what.
Yeah, no, I could take some. I'll figure out a time to be able to plant them. And even like my mom's got like a huge garden and I know she has pumpkins, but it'd be fun to throw a couple out there and see what they can do.
Yeah, I don't know if I have your address. I probably do, but DM me, just make sure, and I'll mail you a fucking bunch.
Yeah, for sure. Sounds good.
Great. Yeah. What is your favorite fruit, and why is it an apple?
Favorite fruit. I do enjoy apples. I'm not sure if they're my favorite, but they're definitely on the favorites list. Like I enjoy good apple. I enjoy kiwis, and people are going to think I'm a fucking monster for this, but I eat my kiwis with the skin on.
You eat the skin?
I eat the
kiwi
skin.
skin.
Yeah,
All right.
it's nutriment. It's good for you.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things that are good for you that I don't fucking want to
Yeah.
do, but
I've heard that like sperm has benefits too, but I'm not taking a fucking bath in worms and whale sperm.
Johnny, for the last time, the guy that told you that was a predator.
Listen,
That's called
The 20
grooming, Johnny.
$20. $20 is $20, right?
20 bucks is 20 bucks, yeah. That's true.
Yeah, but
That's
like when I get kiwis at work and I just start eating them with the skin on, and people are just like staring at me like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "It's food, whatever." But yeah, no, like I enjoy an apple. I enjoy pineapple. I enjoy bananas, avocados. Just kind of any fruit. But my favorite apple by far, pink lady apples. They're
Okay,
so
okay.
sweet and tart and have a nice bite to them.
Have you tried the Honey Crisp?
I have. It's okay. I
still
like
going
something
pink
that has
lady.
that tart,
Okay,
like that
all right, a little more
tart
sour.
punch right there. That's what I enjoy.
I wish I had thrown a fucking pink lady in my yard. Maybe I will at some point. That'd be fucking cool. What you still didn't answer the question though. You said what your favorite apple was, but you didn't say. Do you
Yeah.
have a favorite fruit then?
No,
He
I
doesn't
haven't.
No,
have
it's just
favorites of
a-
anything. Apparently,
You're just a
he's
fruit
fucking
salad kinda
neutral.
guy.
Neutral.
I am just stoked for the experience. And if
To
it's
eat a
good
fruit,
Just fruit
for
me.
anything, yeah, just for living.
experience. I got it. I appreciate that. I
Like-
will not allow mockery of a man who won't eat or won't have favorite fruit because he is so up in the moment of eating the fruit. So
I mean, if it's a
individual
good
fruit.
experience, great. If it's a bad experience, great. You
All
just
right,
know
so
not
what's
to do
your
that one
fucking
again.
least favorite fruit then?
Oh, least favorite fruit. I don't know.
He doesn't have least favorites, man. It's
I will say-
situational.
Zucchini. Nah, I know it's not a fruit, but
Yes, the
Zucchini is
fuck
not
it
my
is. Zucchini is 100% a fruit.
okay, then that's my least favorite fruit.
Yeah, it's a fruit. So are
It has
peppers.
seeds, right?
Yes, it's a fruit.
Yeah.
It's the fruit of the planet.
It's the
a
fruit
mix
of the plant.
I always just considered it.
I always
vegetable.
consider it a vegetable too,
Why?
Like
Because
I-
it's bland? Were you fucking racist?
because it's
Hey,
because
all
it's
fruit
hot
lives
garbage.
matter.
Because it's hot garbage. Okay,
I didn't
Especially
I'm
when-
say
pro
it
fruit.
wasn't.
I am
I didn't
I
say
am
it
pro
wasn't.
fruit, and I didn't want any negativity in the fruit space. So, to me, zucchini screams negativity. I'm pretty sure a zucchini is some kind of ism or schism or whatever negative association we have. Association
For free weed.
now, don't attach his name. I think he probably grows zucchinis. The dude grows everything all the time. He's wonderful.
So now I think you're the first person I've had on the show that I get to ask this question to who's actually had my local pizza shop pizza since being on the
shit.
show. So yeah. When you
So
go
it's
to a
not
pizza
biased at all.
Careful how you tread, fucker. If you hold on, I'm being asked a question. What? No. When you go to a pizza shop for the first time, you're just grabbing a slice. Are you going cheese or pepperoni?
I will always go pepperoni.
That's my man right there.
Yeah, because like I'm sure it's been said. I forgot who said it, but like a bad cheese pizza is not an enjoyable experience.
That's
A
fair.
shitty piece of pepperoni pizza is
At least
still a piece of pepperoni pizza.
That sounds like some shit Rev would say.
I was about to say, sounds like whoever said it was a genius. And if it was me who said it, I didn't fucking mean that because that would be way too egotistical. I enjoy your response to that question, though. Very
No,
safe to
but I
play.
do have to ask though, because you've had my local shop pizza, and
Mhm.
I found it to be like in my area the fucking best around. What did you think about it?
It was pretty good.
Pretty
That's
good. All
that's
right,
like
so
that's
what's better?
what's
Dude, he has no favorites. Remember this.
I
You
don't.
are asking
It's-
for the opinion of a man who has no
So,
favorites.
no opinions. Yeah.
So pretty good's pretty good, right?
yeah, pretty good. is
Tell
pretty good.
me you've spent a lot of time on mushrooms without telling me you've spent a lot of time on mushrooms. I like your fucking vibe, man. I dig it.
Actually, haven't had that much time on mushrooms, but I guess the times that I have had out of the bag, I guess that has been, just beneficial and just, I don't know, just being grateful for.
I will
Anything,
also
so.
argue that getting punched in your face lowers your ego slightly. It's a much more painful way to experience ego
Yes.
death.
It's
But
it's a lot of humbling because I mean,
Exactly.
not to derail the questions, but I remember my first time walking into a jiu-jitsu gym and being 6'3", pretty semi-muscly, like stockier build, like 215 or so.
Slow down. Listen, Rico Suave. Okay, slow down. You know how many women listen to this show? Take it easy. All right.
I mean, I roll around with dudes in my free time, whatever.
well, all right.
first
there
of
you
all, he
go.
was describing you, Johnny.
I,
He's
well,
taking it well.
Yeah.
So was I.
But like I walked into the gym first time, didn't know anything, thought I was, that statistic that
shit,
men are like
yep.
400%
Or
more
the
effective in a fight than ever. Yeah. And I got my ass kicked by somebody half my size. And I'm just like, oh no, I got to learn this. I got to do this. This isn't happening.
Yeah, it's not. First time I got fucking railed in the face, it was in a mosh pit in fucking Germany, and I thought I have always been the shit talker in the back of everybody bigger. If you
Yeah.
could imagine, I'm tall and scrawny. I'm not
Yeah.
much of a fighter.
No.
No, I'm just the shit talker in the fucking back. But I have fucking been smacked in the face enough that it's like, all right, if I'm gonna keep being this fucking piece of shit, then I need to fucking learn how to elbow somebody in the right spot or knee them in the dick.
That's one of my favorite things is you can always tell when someone's been in a fight or has been in fights because they're very quick to like glorify, like, I'm just gonna go fight that dude. And I'm like, dude, even when you win a fight, you fucking lose a street fight sometimes, man. It just hurts. Like every fight I've been in has hurt, no matter what. I just am not about that.
Yeah, I train so I don't have to fight.
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
fucking stupid to say, but it's like I don't look.
Just
forward
doesn't need
the
to be
day
your
that I
first
have to use it.
reaction.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like the day that I have to use any of my skills, like I don't want to because then it's not fun.
Yeah, it's not a good day.
Yeah.
Nobody's
No,
ever like, oh,
exactly.
great. Some dude wants to fight me over fucking milk or some shit. This is wonderful. It's never a fun experience. But there's always the ones who've never done it that are the loudest, usually.
Yeah.
That's why Johnny and I support strongly that sometimes people just need to be punched in the face in life to learn lessons, right?
Yeah.
As a young, dumb teenager, when I said something dumb to someone and it got my ass kicked, I went, man, that's not the guy to say something dumb to.
That's right. Fuck them kids.
Fuck them kids,
I don't go
show
as
them
far as
feet.
Johnny. Yeah, Johnny
But
quite literally takes
someday,
spare the rod,
though,
spoil
like,
the child.
we're gonna hit some sort of fucking list at some days between Diddy and the content we post and saying shit like "fuck them kids." We are fucking literally
the
we're gonna
fuck
hit some
did
sort of
Diddy have
fucking
to-
radar.
Yag has nothing
Like-
and will have nothing to do with Diddy. Where did that come from?
No, but when I
Just
say
'cause
shit like
you
"fuck them
Justin
kids,"
Timberlake. Wow, he's not the first person to have said that. I don't know why you got to associate
No, who
ourselves
knows?
with
My
that.
fucking
If
my
you're going
Amazon
to tie us
devices
to
and my
someone-
Apple devices are listening to shit. Like if you say like "fuck them kids," they may be like, "All right, that's some Diddy shit, man. We need to fucking tune in. Is this guy really fucking them
if
kids?"
you're
or
going
what?
to attach our name to somebody, please not someone currently in jail. Just like someone going slightly higher than prison.
We don't have many friends that are destined for places slightly higher than
Well,
prison,
that's
my
true.
man.
That's true. It's only a matter of time, especially with what we have Tutal doing on the weekends. You have one more question before we cede him his time that he's been so patiently waiting for.
The sandwich, man. What is your go-to sandwich?
So if I'm going to
It's a sandwich
Wegmans,
question, man.
which like Wegmans is like my sandwich place. Like I enjoy it. Sometimes it's not good, but sometimes it's pretty good.
I don't know if we've ever talked about Wegmans on this show. Just so everybody knows, I'm going to give them a backstory. Wegmans is like the best fucking grocery store in New York State. It's like the fucking place, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never heard of it, but we've talked about it because you sent me some chips. You sent me a couple stuff from them that was phenomenal.
Like they're like local. I think I gave you the dinosaur barbecue chips and then like the Terrell's Syracuse chips that were like maybe I don't even remember. Did I send you the Tully's? The mustard fucking ones?
Yeah.
Those
Those
were
were bomb.
Yeah. Anyways, your fucking
Anyway,
Wegman sub.
yeah.
Dude. So
My Wegmans sub. Danny's favorite, which has Capicola.
fucking love Danny's favorite.
Yeah.
Fucking
like-
I'm never gonna let you get it out.
Capicola, salami. What the fuck else is on there? Like a spicy ham or something?
Pepperoni.
Oh, yeah, pepperoni. Yeah, that's the other one. I do Danny's favorite with spring mix, honey mustard, banana peppers, cucumbers. Roll doesn't matter. But if I'm not going to Wegmans, I'll definitely look for a Reuben. But I won't do like a corned beef Reuben. I will like do a pastrami Reuben. I know the only difference is it's fucking smoked more, but like there's something off-putting about corned beef. I don't know. I'll even fuck with like a
Jess
turkey.
thinks the same thing. She hate. I think. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'll
I'm
even
not
fuck
corned
with a
beef
turkey
either.
Reuben too. So Like,
Hell
but
yeah.
usually Reuben if I'm going somewhere not Wegmans for a sandwich and it's available.
Well, I actually approve of all of your answers. They were solid. I've never heard of this grocery or never eaten a sandwich from the grocery store. Johnny approves, so that must account for something. All 5 people from upstate New York who listen to this show will understand, but it does sound delicious.
The sub shop recipe at Wegmans is actually modeled after this like old style fucking deli. I think it's like Rosatos or some shit. Either way, my daughter went to fucking RIT, and that was like the first one. And the Wegmans recipe is based off of that shop. And now there's like one in East Syracuse, I think, too. I was letting fucking Grateful know about because his wife's from fucking Central New York too. So the Wegmans is like booming.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. Anyways, it's Sunday, dude. Send us out with a prayer, would you, Rev?
A sermon, dude. I don't do the prayer thing. Come now.
Oh, yeah, sermon.
If you want to do super local, since we're before I do the sermon, that was super hyper local. Central New York, is that what you said? I always say upstate, and I that was wrong. Central New York. I'm gonna do super local SoCal. Jed the Fish passed away. He was a local DJ on K-Rock. He was also on the cover of a Real Big Fish album. There you go. All of you people will now care little, I guess. Who knows? I want to talk in this sermon, as you can tell, I've prepared notes, not really, about, once again, the power of our community, man. Too Tall is a member of our community, and he's posting daily, but we get a lot of people who are hesitant to post or are nervous to, and it strikes me as quite silly because there's a lot of people in our Discord that we're in the same boat and are totally willing to embrace everybody. It's something that we try and preach as much as we can. Don't be a dick, mind your own business, and go with Frog. Wasn't my best, but it was okay. Too Tall, it is now your time.
All right. Well, first, I want to thank you guys for having me on. I mean, now that I know how the sauce is made, I don't know if I can listen to any more episodes.
Yeah, that's our problem. Yeah.
No, but it's a good time when I opened up my my Spotify on Sunday and I'm like, ooh, a new YAG, ooh, a new circle. Let's do it. Let's get on this. But yeah, no, thank you guys for having me on. I don't fucking know what else to say.
You don't got to say shit.
No, I mean I'll say shit. So if you want some memes and some fighting content, I mean my name on the screen there, tootall_JH. That's where I'm at. And then I got the wood turning thing going, still, paperwork and getting power out into my shop soon. So I'll actually be able to spend more time out there and not blow circuit breakers with extension cords going from my garage.
I'm so excited for that, dude.
Yeah, I know. I think I'll end up probably living out there for a little bit.
Hell yeah.
Just because I'll be there. But yeah, if you want to keep on following along with my wood turning stuff, that is Too Tall Turns, trying to stick in the same vein there. But yeah, I don't know. That's all I got.
Fantastic. Johnny, do you have anything to plug?
I actually do, since this is actually Easter Sunday and it is 420 Sunday. I would like to offer everyone the opportunity to go to Nama Potter's website and grab yourself a YAG ashtray.
Oh shit! So, this is 420. Also, yeah. Easter.
And Easter.
Could you imagine having a holy religious family thing and then you listen to YAG and listen to this nonsense? But yes. Go do what Johnny said. YAG.
So yeah, we'll post the website. It'll be in the description or something or other. But yeah, check out Nama Potter's website. We're gonna have some YAG merch ashtrays, some YAG stamped fucking ashtrays. These things are dope. So check out our website. Check out the other things on our website. And yeah, Too Tall is holding one up. If you're watching this on the Spotify video, Too Tall is hanging up,
just
holding
fucking
up
do it.
I gotta.
If you're not, imagine a mug
with
This
with
is turning
mine,
into
yeah.
the TV show that used to sell you shit, dude.
So shout out
Um,
Nama Potter. Go to her website. Get yourself a fucking Yag mug.
There you
Oh, I'm
go.
sorry.
I
I'm not
actually
allowed to
do
say
have a
fuck.
plug. Oh, fuck off. I do have
Why the fuck
a
not?
big thank you. We'll go into that in a separate episode too, so when we do it, finally break down what's wrong with Yag. I wanted to personally thank our buddy Nerd Grows who helped me out with my fucking business's website, dude. I was
Mhm.
having some issues getting called out by a customer, and he's jumped in and given me a lot of help, and I really appreciate it. So go check out Nerd Grows shit and check out Grateful Nerd and all of the shit going on there, man. He's phenomenal at all of his edits and everything that he does. I think he's probably one of the best at it and having fun. So also
Yeah,
Grateful's okay.
Yeah,
I
Nerd
guess.
did the logo for my wood turning.
Oh hell yeah!
He
And he did
does-
BGG's box set release. He's
Yeah, I saw that.
literally
That was
got his
fucking
hands in
sick.
everyone's pot. Yeah, he's great. And also, I was kidding about Grateful. Everyone knows we love him.
Kind of.
Depends if he hands you a Puffco or not.
Oh yeah.
There we go, circling back.
That's the one you should be fighting back now.
No,
God
this
damn it!
is- Thanks for listening, everybody.
We should have played this like a
Bye for now.
WWE promo. You and I going at it.